G'day everyone, welcome to the Opal Mills. Today I've got a bit of a treat, some Lambina Opal from a back in the day field. You got Andamuka down here, Kupapiti up there, a bit further you have a town called Marla, a roadhouse, and to the left of Marla you'll head out to Minterby. But if you turn right at Marla, you'll end up at Lambina, about the same distance. But the field's been closed down for a while, and so this material is not going to make surface too often. So I've got a little bit more than I need, and so got some parcels to pass on. It's not going to last long, so this video will probably stay up. I'll change the title to sold if this is all gone by then. This will be available on the opalmills.com.au website, where I sell my opal, whether it's jewellery or rough or anything in between. So I'm just going to go through with a bit of water and tip these out so we can have a good look at each parcel. So to start with, we'll start down the bottom end. This one's going to be either a specimen or if someone wants to try and clean it up as a carving, tidy up some of the dirt and turn it into a bit more. This, just zoom in a bit. It's a nice green band running through it. I do not think that'll clean up to a cuttable stone all the way as you see it lie, but it does have sort of colour that may traverse up into a section in the middle. You might get a little stain out of the centre, but probably better off as a carving or something. Specimen. So that's a whole chunk untouched as it's come out the ground, and that's the way it's formed. In this case, it looks almost like coral. I'd like to think it's a fossil or something. Cauliflower. There we go, call it the cauliflower. Just because that texture around here looks like the outside of a cauliflower. That's that one. Now, these ones I'm not going to weigh. They're kind of small parcels, but big enough. And these first few are cheap. Cheaper end of the spectrum anyway. So in here, this is more of a beginner parcel where you can have a bit of practice with a bit of potch, honey potch. It's kind of clean on the inside, and you can cut some cabs to get your skills up. So a couple of bits of that. And then you can start up a bit of colour. It's got a bit of colour in it there. You'll figure out how to orientate the stone as you move through the parcel up into some more difficult pieces, if you will. So some of this has not been rubbed at all. It's just sort of as is, broken up out the ground. So I don't know what you're going to find in it. So you could almost consider it a gamble parcel, but we won't call it that. So there's definitely some stones in here to be cut. And for the price this is going to go for, it's quite a bargain, I think. But you guys keep asking if I can sort of find parcels of rough, so here's a few. Some of this might be good for a doublet. I won't go through every piece. There's definitely stones in here. You should do well. It's the lucky people that get these. I'd like to see some of the results. So when I say beginner's parcel, this is practice all the way through to getting some decent colour. Yeah, every piece has got colour in it. It's up to you to see what you can make of it. It's only a little bit there, might tidy up into a specimen. Bar goes down a touch. You're going to run out pretty quick on that one though, but it might get a small stone. Not sure if I've grabbed every bit. So yeah, bit of practice material. That's what I call practice material. So the next parcel is this one. A bit more skill level, so it's still beginner. But yeah, not quite totally beginner. You can get some really nice stones out of this. I won't go through all this material. Nice if that colour went onto that, if you're lucky. Yeah, a bit of practice potch, a little bit of pin fire in it. It's probably not going to be showing up too well. But yeah, like the last one, it's got a bit of everything, just a bit more of it. Different stones, some verticals. So verticals are, it formed up that way in the ground instead of that way, as you can see by the lines that run that way through the stone. Hint of colour there, hint of colour there. Hopefully something happens on the inside of that for you. Nice flush there, should get something out of it. Let's get some faint reddish pink. There we go, pin fire. Again, I think it's a vertical. May or may not. Specimen type, might cut a stone if you're careful. It'll come off through there. So stones over there if there's one. A few smaller bits. Some of this might be good for inlay. Make the most of this colour. So yeah, I won't go through every single piece. It's an interesting looking bit. It's got colour through the white potch and the clear, so it's a bi-coloured stone. See if I can show you. So you get a clear side and an opaque side, but the colour appears throughout both. So you could face it that way if you wanted. But I think it'd be pretty that way up. Let's see what effect you can get. Come on, camera. Yeah. Might have a bit too much sand, or it's just on the outside, can't tell. Again, maybe inlay. Especially pieces like this. They're not going to face too well. You run a slice through and you get a series of faces. You line them up in a ring or a anything really. Design for inlay. Anyway, yeah, I think we've gone over most of this. That's that parcel. That's a bit more expensive than the last. So this next parcel is around the 200 gram mark. 1/5 of a kilo, 200 gram, and you could call that 1,000 carats, whatever you want. Being rough, we don't want to do that. So notice this one in was a rub that got put in, and so I marked what I'd do on it. Anyone can do what they want, but there's a crack through there, and this little bit here wants to sort of peel off. But on this side, there's a really stable stone. So if you slice through there, and slice through there, whatever that turns into, it turns into, but you'll have a nice stone right there. So there's one guaranteed almost, straight off. Again, some of this will be testing skill level, whether this actually cleans up or not enough to produce a stone. Looks a bit deep there, to be honest. That may be a specimen type. It's got some nice colour in it though. Some bits are a bit more guaranteed. So this parcel's a bit more expensive again than the last. And it'll take someone who sort of knows what they're doing with it. This is a vertical, form that way, it rose through there. I think, there we go. You can see the colour popping through there, one there. Bit of a jelly bar through there. Whether you try to separate those and cut stones from it, or whether you just cut that way up or that way up, is up to you. Again, this material's not coming out thick and fast anymore. I'm not saying it's rare, but it's not exactly easy to come by. Might be a little stone in there. Faces, that'll be nice. Some of this might be good for slicing thin, again, for doublets, thick enough, or you can cut stones. I think that'd be really nice if that would clear up a bit with a thin slice and a black backing. Just saying, just saying. One's a bit thin, not sure what it's doing in under there. Let's colour both sides. Anyway, bit of fun. No, that'd be interesting. A few bars to pick. Okay, so you go through red, green to blue, you got the full rainbow across there. But this is opaque and that's clear, I'm guessing. Let's have a look. It's clear up this end, and it's more opaque down this end. So that would be really interesting stone, that one. It's a bit mixed up. Okay, I'm not just going to go through every stone, there's heaps in here. So we'll keep one busy for a long while. Not every piece is going to be a winner. Never know what that bar does under there. Ooh, look at that. Might be a bit fractured though. Might be some clean spots. lots to cut. Another one, opaque to purple. Not sure how much is in the middle though. Might be just thick potch. Rolling. Colour almost through. It's a bit watery on that one though. Ooh, there we go. See if that faces. Be a very interesting piece for maybe a carving. So lots of material here to play with. Okay, and this one's a 6 ounce. This one's got a lot of jelly crystal in it. Honey potch jelly colour. Might be good for doublets. Carving. Quite a bit in here again. I won't go through every piece. Some really nice colours. Even just the body tone and stuff like this. It's quite unique. It's like a fire opal. But we colloquially call it honey potch. So quite a bit of material in this one. Should definitely get you some nice stones. As much in there, a bit of pin fire. Bar running through there. Again, quite a bit in here. Doublet material. So that could either be a stone or you could cut some doublets. I'll just continue slicing it through here. That'd be nice on the black backing. Very pretty material. A lot of inlay scraps. Most of this is all just colour, one way or another. And here's the kingstone. Now what this does inside, good luck to whoever buys this. I'm kind of jealous. I can't cut it all. This would be a really nice carving. You can see greens through to purple, tinges of red there, and sort of water bar in there, sun flashy. That's quite a big piece. So there we go. I'll end this video here. I probably won't leave room for comments. So I'll leave this video here, and once this is sold, it's sold. Again, the opalmills.com.au website. This was where I'll list this. Cheers.